So hi viewers, welcome to this session JBoss. My name is Veera. Today we are going to cover a small session on JBoss AAP 7.2 version, and this is how you can secure your JBoss admin console and the application as well both. This is with a simple self-signed certificate. I will going to use the same certificate for the both cases here, and I will implement this in standalone mode and the domain mode. Earlier video I just showed the same application level SSL, how do you start with it's in Wildfly, but this time with the EAP version I'm going to show you that. Let's start this. So for this I'm going to use the JBoss 7.2 version, so I'm trying to unzip that. Standalone mode quite I will follow with the existing default configurations, and the domain mode we will going to change the stuff from the JBoss CLI or more into that. Here it is, JBoss bin directory. So before starting that, so you can use any profile over here. JBoss and standalone configurations. First we will focus on the standalone, and then we'll come back to the domain mode. In the standalone mode, I just start with the standalone.xml before that. So then it's going to use the standalone.xml file. If you look at that standalone.xml file, majorly here we have first, as I said, we will going to focus on the application side. So application realm is the one we are going to take care of it here. The configurations, changes, everything. So once it comes to the domain, so admin console, it will be a management realm. So application realm, we have if you look at the latest versions of the Wi-Fi or even the EAP, we have a default stuff. SSL is already come up. It's already there with you. We don't need to configure anything explicitly. So that's what one small advantage over here. So we will, what we do is we will generate one certificate. We will going to use the same like a certificate name and the password and the alias. So I will going to use the same stuff, but as I'm trying to say is there is no changes in this as part of the application level SSL to work on that. So first, before starting this, let me go with the server. So once you start that, let me show you something here. So as per the configuration, they already given it, but there is no certificate inside the JBoss config directory. That's what it indicates. So we will get a warning, so that I will going to show you that. So JBoss standalone. The configurations where we have no certificate over here, but the configurations telling that there is a certificate, all the stuff, and you can see the warning when you start the JBoss. Okay, there we go. So here you can see the warning. There is a application keystore is not found. So what I'm trying to say is that there's the configurations already exist. So we will generate the same certificate with the same name. Everything is same. No need to change it, so that it will be easy for us. So I will go to the certificate is inside the JBoss config directory as per the configuration. So what I do is, so I go to the configurations, and I will use the keytool. Keypair, and you can take the certificate. Generate keypair, and you can take this help. Here you have a couple of options. So I will use the same options here. So one is first is alias. So alias is a server as per the configurations. So here is alias, and the password is the password. So let me take this keysize 2048 is okay, and keyalg, key algorithm. Okay, so RSA as it's self-signed certificate, so there is no issues. Keystore. So I will going to use this application.keystore, which we have it over here. Copy it, paste it. Application.keystore. So that's it. I think there is not much more into dig into this into level, and this is a password. So I use the same thing, password as a password, so as per the configurations. And this is some other information, so I just go with the default as city and India, and just press enter over here if it is any confirmation not required. Okay, so there we have your application.keystore is ready with us, and I'm going to start the server. Before starting, let me change this the IP address 127.1.92.60.56.901. This is what my IP address. Let me go with the standalone.xml and then start the server. So there is no warning this time. So as the key is already we created, that's what the certificate name. If you have a different certificate, then you can rename the configurations. You don't need to do any changes. Simply, no need to connect even CLI. Just from the XML, you can directly change that. It will save some time. save the time. So this is about the application realm. There is no big changes. So what we do is we will connect to the CLI or admin console, and we will just deploy the application and we will access it. Application deployment, for the sake, let me do that quickly. So I have war files over here. So I do is testing that war file. I will going to deploy in JBoss. So we are doing is just enabling the SSL, HTTPS on application, and we will access and we will check it out. So once you do deployment, application is started over here. Look at that. So 8443 is the default when you don't have a port offset. It's a default SSL, listening on 8443, and application is deployed. And this is a context is testing. So how do you access my application right now? It is on HTTPS. Make sure 8443 should be opened out of the box like a firewall. 168.56.101 8443 and testing. If you don't have application, you can see that. If you don't have application, it will give you the JBoss page. Okay, so just in the beginning you can get this untrusted certificate. So browser is just a warning. So here you have a JBoss page. So but we want to test with our application. Let's go with the testing something, and the login. This is application. So enabling SSL on application is quite easy. So the latest version. So we click number of clicks. So all the logs are into our application. So that means it is clearly saying that I'm able to access application on 8443. But this is off lock. It's not a secure one. It is indicates exactly. So it's a dummy SSL certificates. So this is the information about the certificate which we entered during the SSL generation. Okay, nothing great about this application level SSL. Make sure 8443 should be open at firewall level. Okay, that's important point you have to remember. So application is success. Application is done. So let's go back to the domain and how to do that. So this is about the configuration file. Same thing. No changes. So let me reopen again. To do in the domain mode, so ignore about this application realm right now. Come back to this management realm. So we're there. Here the point is we need to enable this SSL on admin console. Then we should be able to log in from the admin console as well as from the CLI. Both sides should be work. So for that case, so instead of modifying this existing block, so we will create a new block, this new realm, and inside this the user which you created from the add user.sh. So that will be authenticated from the local. It's not like an LDAP or something. It's a local properties where you create a user and then you authenticate it from the admin console. So it will be a new properties file. We are going to create it. Under that, we need to add the SSL. So right now there is nothing. So we will create the new security realm. Look at that. So look at that I'm going to trying to perform that from the CLI. Directory and then jboss CLI and the connect. Application is already starting, so it's no issues on this. I'm just trying to connect to the CLI. So new realm, I'm going to add it, and then SSL I'm going to add it. That's all. I think it is we change the IP controller 192.168.56.101 990 right now. But once you change this SSL HTTPS, then the new port will comes into picture. Look at that management realm. It's by default it is okay. Look at that management interfaces. Here is the important one that is pointed to management realm is this by default. It's 9990, right? So here it is the management HTTP. So this exactly management HTTP. If you look at the end of the file, management HTTP is 9990, and that's why right now it is 9990. So we will change that HTTP into HTTPS, and that will be 9993, and make sure this could be open out of the box firewall level. So that's important point. So right now the configuration changes will be the new realm. We will add it, and we will add SSL into that, and management interface section we will remove this realm. Right now we are not going to use this management. We will add this our new realm, and we will change this into HTTPS, management HTTPS. That's all. So application is started, CLI is connected. So let's go and change the new realm. Core services management, security realm. So we have a management application. So let me add the new one. So it's a success as of now. Look at the line by line. So when you execute from the CLI, so what changes is coming into this XML. So here it is a new realm. We added it. What else after this? So we have authentication, and we have an server identities SSL. So add the server identities first. Then first new realm we added. Under that server identities. So here we will going to add a SSL. So in the SSL, look at that the existing, we can take the reference. So we have where the key store is located and what is the path. Server config directory is the path. So you can give even the path, you can give fully qualified name instead of 2 attributes, you can go with 1 attribute. That will be works on the password and alias. So we will take that way. What I do is add keystore path, first property keystore path. Sorry, 1 second, here it should be name. So okay, keystore path. Okay, so different sections. So here it is. OPT standalone configurations. So here it is my keystore path. Keystore path. It's not like a tab completion. Make sure just copy that to your properties file. Application.keystore. Okay, so this is about the first keystore path and keystore password as we given as a password, and alias is server. So this is about the simple stuff. Look at the configurations, Control A. Look at that, you see that. So we have newRealm, we added it, and the keystore, this is more than enough. So location and the user alias and the password. Then the important point is authentication. So the SSL is there. So look at refer the previous one where it is authentication and authorization. Right now we are not worried about the authorization, so we will focus on the authentication side. At least to log into the admin console it is required, right? So so security realm, then authentication. So here we have authentication can be done even like LDAP as well. So right now we have only properties, local. Then name will be not name, path. So look at that path will be what it is, management user.properties. So we'll take that as a reference, paste. We'll come back to this more into that. Relative to, again you can give in a single line the path fully qualified name, but let me tell you this as a config directory. That's it. So look at the changes, so it should be reflected in the Control E. Look at that. Authentication details, we added it, and this is inside the config directory. This already exists, and there is something inside this. We will come back to this later once we troubleshoot in the admin console later. Look at that, and then what is the changes. So we added a newRealm. This is correct. That's it. This is completed. No more changes. Currently, it is pointed to the admin console into the management realm. We just disconnect that because we need SSL HTTPS. So pointing to this newRealm. So this, let me update from the CLI too. This could be core services management security realm, no security realm. This could be management interface, as it is name indicates, right? Here the name management interface. So security realm, we have to update it. So security management interface, HTTP interface, right name. So here it is, security realm. Value is could be this is what our name. Okay, so if you refresh and look at that again, line by line, what changes. See that newRealm is came into the picture. Look at that, HTTP is again, you need to change this into management HTTPS, but this is the key is HTTP. Sometimes whatever you see, the CLI, it will be a different. Look at this example over here. So here I want to write attribute name will be, look at that. So here there is no HTTP here, so it's like a socket binding is indicates exactly HTTP. There we have it. Secure socket binding is HTTPS. But while doing from here, you just do secure socket bindings. Values will be, let me take this one. It could be management HTTPS. That's what it is in the referring management HTTPS. Save this, execute that, and then refresh this. Look at that. This is HTTPS, but you can type here doesn't issue, but from the CLI should be used that options. Management, why HTTPS? In the secure socket bindings at the end of the configurations you can see HTTPS, management HTTPS, that's why you choose that. What else? So as we added the HTTPS, make sure you should be unflag that existing where this is a management HTTPS no more. Let's remove that. So do that from the CLI event. in order to write attribute, you can unflag or something. Here you see undefined attribute, name is equal to, you can see socket binding. Socket binding is indicating here is let's look at that. So here it is, HTTPS management. Okay, so look at that, and moreover, we added this management. Okay, now everything is CLI to that. So reload is required. I just reload this stuff, and look at that, server is reloading. Name of the defined security frame does not match the name of the purpose in the management realm. Yes, that will be fine. I have a doubt on this. Just a second. This is we added it. Perfect. Everything is newRealm. Let me save this and open this. Okay, that's what. Perfect. This is newRealm. We added. Perfect. newRealm. newRealm. Okay. So properties. Okay. Management. Database. Okay. Everything is cool. Look at that. 9993 is the management. Make sure to access this. I think that's it. We'll see that later. Okay. This is, I will tell you again. We'll come back to that. Now let me access this application. Make sure 9993 should be the firewall. Make sure to open out of the box to access admin console. Right now it is like 9993. Okay, so look at that. Add risks. Okay, so we have a error. Well, there is no user right now. Let's add the user, and here the logic will comes into the picture, and there is no more CLI because CLI is also going to change it. So first let me log into the one user and confirm this. To do that, add user.sh. When you add on user.sh, so the user will going to create into the management or application server management. So see that management realm, it is going to be add by default, but we are not having management realm, we have a newRealm. That's what it is. Okay, but if you add right now, the user won't work here. There is no use. Okay, you cannot log in. Okay, but make sure that user pointed to the newRealm. So how to do that? So for that case, we have an options over here. So here is the properties file, whatever we choose the properties file, and what is the new realm. So here it is the realm -r. You have to give the explicitly where it should go, and you can give the explicitly what is the properties file. So for that case, we just specify here -up there we are, -up, and this is located exactly. So let me give the fully qualified name -up, and the configuration file what we given is so let me change that too, because we don't want to touch the existing management one. So we will create the new one. So it could be a new management-attribute.properties. We will do that. So what the user will comes into this properties file, and it should get authenticate. We should create enter this. Okay, here it is created, and properties file and -r newRealm. Now let's add this. Let me create the user is whatever, a new user, whatever. Okay, this could be yes, and that could be no. Okay, so that's all. User is created. Look at the properties file now. Cat and new. So the new user is in this properties file. So that means the configurations is matching exactly. The configurations is pointed to this configuration. That's what you need to just map it. Then the user able to log in it. So the newRealm and this properties file. So the user is created successfully. Let's log in and see that. Still there is an error. Interesting. Okay, so just file is created, right? So just need to restart the server. So okay, so give a minute. Come on. Okay, so once you do this, connecting from the CLI is also going to change. the CLI, earlier it is connected with the JBoss 9990 port. Look at that here, JBoss CLI.xml, it is going to refer that by default. So if you take this, it's no more, because it is by default it is referring HTTP and 9990. No, right now the CLI also won't work, like we need to do some repair there as well. 9993, look at that, username is a new user we created. There is something is coming. Okay, so here it is the newRealm. So here it will be pop up. There we have a new user. So this is about the standalone stuff, standalone mode. So this is how you log in with the new user, and the role we are not focused yet. The role is a different thing, but here is only SSL. The focus is the user is able to log in. Let's connect to the CLI. JBoss CLI.ss, of course it will fail, there is no doubt, because it is going to refer this JBoss CLI.xml file. Before that XML, let me take this copy of this JBoss CLI.xml because we need to do the admin as well, so there is a confliction. We are using the same bin directory for both sides. So here what I do is you need to change this into HTTPS. Yes, and as well HTTPS you need to change this, and 9993 is the default. So why 9993 is you can see the ports 192, 168, 56, 101. As you know why like that 9993, go to the end of the file, look at that management HTTPS 9993 is the default. If you change here, then you have to change there as well. Okay, let's connect and see. JBoss CLI connect controller, I think not required. Let me try this. Initially it will take some time, where SSL, I think it should ask you any confirmation like a browser, how it will ask. And moreover, it's not like a default. When you implement this way, so username and the password is also every time required, so permanently required. It is going to ask user, yes, it will be a new user, I guess. Yeah. So every time it is required as like a browser. Perfect. So we have a CLI, so we can do any changes in this. Now this is secure, and admin console is also be secure. This is about the standalone mode. Application also we seen already. How to do that in the domain mode. So let's back to the domain mode quickly, as this will not going to take much time in the domain mode. So I will going to start before domain mode. So before starting that, let me go with in the domain mode. I will go with application level first. Then do the file only. CLI will just disconnect it. Domain configuration. So here let me change this IP address 01, and this could be replaced with the localhost. There we are. Here let me go with some XML changes. So just IP changes, nothing else in this. Look at that. As I said, in the domain mode case, when you want to enable the HTTPS on the admin console, even though you have a master and a couple of slave servers, the configurations only inside the master. So when you start the master with host master.xml probably, or host.xml, the possibility. So both are just same. There is no big changes in this. Both are same. So I do host.xml. This moment I will take host.xml, because even I have to show you this application level SSL also, right? So I don't have multiple machines. A single machine, I will going to start domain.sh. So that means it is going to pick this default host.xml file, not like a host master.xml file. So if you have, change there. Okay. So look at this first. How do you do that? Let's first focus on the admin, right? So same. So as you know how you done the standalone case. So this times let me copy paste it quickly, because the CLI also same, but there is no difference. CLI also same, but maybe initially you can give host is equal to master, and the same core services or management, whatever, it's all same. So before, I think I already started a server, but let me stop that. because there is something I need to do over here, because even I have to show you this with a server application level, so it is going to have a lot of stuff in this. So let me remove some servers unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we go with only server 1 in this mission, so the same mission, master and slave. This is just I removed only for the sake of memory. Okay, so look at that. So this is what I need to save it. Moreover, let me take this copy. Whatever we done in the standalone, the same stuff. Let me take that standalone, that's quite easy, because standalone.xml. There's no changes over here. Security relay, copy this. We can, but only the location is there is standalone.xml. Here is a host master or host.xml. That's all the difference. Security relays. That's it. Okay, so there is no changes over here, but remember this. This could be. This is very straightforward. We given. We refer the standalone. So, but let me put it in the domain only properly. Domain configuration. So this time. Management, this remains the same file, but this is again it's like a domain config directory, just separating it. That's it. Okay, this is ready, and let me save this. It's okay. What else in this? Let me take that file creation as well. This file, it's not going to create automatically, we need to create that. This does this file. We will create one more user again for this file created. SSL certificate is not there. Standalone configuration, application.keystore, we will copy into current directory. So okay, certificate is ready. The same thing. New XML properties file is ready. So this is application realm, and moreover the small change over here in the domain mode sake. Look at that interfaces. Look at this interfaces is pointing to the management realm, so we need to update into our new realm. And after that, we need to change this into management HTTPS port and 9993. That's all. So, but remember that here is easy. HTTPS you can change, 9993 you can change, this you can change. But as I observed here, this is not like a port. There is something else. Even if you change this port and this attribute are quite complex here because it is, you expect maybe port, but it's not the port. That's why let me do these changes from the CLI, because only for the sake of this. Of course, if I know that I can edit, but let me show you from the. Okay, so let me start this configuration on the server. So then connect to the CLI and then look at that. So what I do is to close this. So opt jboss admin directory. As we already changed something inside the jboss CLI, but this is not, we are not going to use because now it is we reverted domain mode, right? So it is trying to use the same configuration file. So that's why. So jboss CLI.xml, no more. So we will take this copy of old one. jboss CLI XML. Perfect. So now jboss CLI connect. Now it is not enable SSL, so it will going to connect, of course. Which is changing the IP address. So it is going to start the server run, but all the logs will not show you over here. And even though we will see that during the application level enable when we do that. Look at that again, open again. newRealm is there. Okay, so only the property changes in this. So only the interface changes. That's all. If we do this, we are done. Okay. Controller. So how this is 192.168.56.01.990 as of now. Interface. Come on. Waiting. Cool. Okay, let me tell you something before if it takes some time. So application level, when you do this in the domain mode, you have to enable this configuration. You have to focus on the configurations inside your slave machine, not the master machine. So that's all the difference. So admin console only focus on the master host.xml or hostmaster.xml. If it is application level SSL, HTTPS changes, then you have to do your changes inside your host, the slave box. whatever your host to slave.xml or host.xml, doesn't matter. In that XML only you have to look at that your application realm stuff, or you whatever your new realm. Oh my god, how many times it is taking a lot of time. Triple and 0 1. Okay, got this. It is connected. So here host, this is only the different host is equal to master. Of course my name is on box is a master box, so because here is this configuration file is like the master, the name of the configuration name is a master. So master, inside this you have to come back to this interface section, dig down, where is this management interfaces, then you do that, core services, management, core services, management interface, HTTP interface, write attribute, and name. So what it here it is, this is what important, what I'm trying to say, secure port, what else? Okay, so here we have a port and secure port. Port is HTTP, secure port, that's what I just trying to say. Look at that, where is that? Here is a port, it's not like a port. Now if you do enable any SSL in this changes, it would be a secure port. That's for the sake I want to show you that. Okay, so it is a secure port, value is equal to, so we will do that again, that's all the same, nothing changes. So just copy paste this. Copy this, oops, paste it, value and close it, and this could be 9993 HTTPS. Cool. Moreover, at the high level, name is equal to, we have a security realm, value is equal to newRealm. So this is see here the configurations, if you refresh here, so we just only changed this, now we added this. Okay, we change this now and we will unplug this. This is now what I'm doing is newRealm, executed, now refresh this newRealm, and this port should be unplugged, of course, in the yellow, no write attribute, this could be undefined. So everything you can take help from the CLI, this could be port, that's it. So look at that now. So that's it, there is no changes, that's all for the changes, secure port and this, we have a changes, it's perfect. So whatever said, we need to reload. Reload servers. Okay, I think we have a properties file and everything, so let me do that way. Let me stop this. Again, it takes some time, no issues. Fine, let me start this now. Configuration files are here, perfect. So that's all about this. Now definitely we will get, once admin console open, we will create a user and we will authenticate it. So application, as I said, as of now I will going to use this, because in the same box only I have my server is running. So that JVM is, if you look at the JVMs here, I will use this JVMs. So we have a JVMs here, the server one. So in the same box, for that case, I need to worry about application realm. So in your case, you have of course, you have slaves inside, JVMs inside your slave boxes. So you go to that slave box, that's host slave.xml or host.xml. Look at the application realm and you change anything in this. So right now, I'm not even going to change anything in this, because in the domain the domain configuration file, the same location we copied our certificate from the standalone, the same name is all still the same stuff. Just we need to access it. That's it. Okay, here we started it. Look at the admin console right now. 192. So user we are not yet created, I guess. So we'll access this. Okay, so here is an error because this is a domain mode. We are not yet created any user. Again, same stuff. We have a new management user properties. Go to this and this control C. CLI is no more. domain configuration where we have a new, so we have it, so just we need to create a user in that case. Bin directory, add user.sh hyphen, I'm not remember that properties, let me take that help. Again same stuff, sorry, let me do that quickly. Taking some time because of we have already server started. Cool. Whatever. Okay, so here it is, hyphen up and configuration file location, let me give it here. This is a configuration file where we have the properties, should be redirect and new and hyphen newRealm. So I'm just going to create this. Yes, this could be you can create a new username like SSL user, and then newRealm added, yes of course, and this is not required right now. Perfect, we created it, and then you access this, and the same story for the CLI. Again same configuration file, we will change it and we will going to connect and confirm. SSL user. Perfect. So this is admin console. If you click and look at that, so domain mode, you will get this kind of stuff in this deployment. So see the server groups. We have come on, it took some time. This looks main server group. Here you have to deploy something. So we will do that deployment to access application level as an HTTPS. So user is created, we are able to log in. So admin console stuff. Again, admin console is again routing. You can log in jboss.server.config.dir. So the same stuff, but let me change that. HTTPS. No time we will be just give a confirmation. HTTPS and 9993 here, and there we have 192.168.56.101. Okay, that's it. So jboss CLI connect. Once this is done, let's wait for some time. Because the server 1, as I said, you cannot see the logs over here much into that. So go back to here, domain, alias, servers over here. So you have a server 1. So here you have a log. So here it is the log file. So here you can see the more stuff into that instance. Currently this is even by default the configurations are there. We created the certificate, so you can able to access this as an SSL. HTTPS like a standalone. So even though you can see that like a HTTPS 192.168.56.101, this could be changed in your side. If you have a slave, you have a master and slave, you give the slave IP, and the default, if you have a port offset is 0, default 8443 your JVM, and then you access this. Look at that, we have a JBoss. Okay, we have not done any changes at application level. We have default stuff. We just only created a certificate and kept in the specific location. That's all we've done. Look at that, jboss CLI, newRealm, perfect. SSL user, perfect. So CLI is connected. Let me deploy application from here and access as an SSL HTTPS application level. So this concludes. We enable the HTTPS in admin console level as well. By taking time. Okay, cool. So let me deploy. So we have deploy root war files. I have all stuff in this development. So here deploy this under server groups, because I have one single server that is belongs to main server group. So that's it. So how do I see that? Look at that, this application is getting deployed. Okay, look at that. So jboss domain configuration. So my configuration is rows.xml. So if you look at the JVMs here, look at the JVMs here, I have only one server that is in the main server group. So that's why I just connected as an SSL normally, just let me deploy, and I just deploy. Even though you can see the logs, exactly you can go to the server 1 and the log, and you see this deployment accessible. Context is there. Now we are anyhow, the application certificate is there. We have not done any configuration changes. Deployment. Okay, so make sure 8443 in that slave box should be fired one, should be open it, and submit multiple times. Make sure the locks exactly in that instance. That's all. This is about the basic HTTPS enabling the JBoss domain mode and standalone mode, both sides. Thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in another video. Thank you.